The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. Let's get it going. We got the song scramble coming up at 8 for the Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, the Linda's tickets at the Wrigley Field. A lot happened at the Wrigley Field yesterday, but we'll talk about that in sports in the next hour, coming up at 7 o'clock when we get to sports. Also, the Marvel's Movie Pass is coming up in Clash with Kenzie at 7:10. But something weird happened yesterday, and I don't know if this is weird just to me and Case. I give Case a ride home. We live in the same neighborhood every day after the show. Kenzie heads out, goes northwest to Elgin. And
I usually get home around noon, even though I leave here after the show.
What's it take going home, about an hour or more than that?
Coming in a little less traffic, it's probably like 50 minutes to an hour.
Sure.
Because some days that merge is still crazy.
The funny
even
thing
at
is
5.
people think you magically get here in 10 minutes just because it's the middle of the night.
Yep. They're like, well, it must take no time. I'm like, well, I don't have teleportation.
It's still 44 miles probably.
Yeah, it's a little over that. So it's like, well, that still takes a little bit. And is still, you wouldn't believe it, but there's still tons of people, and there's a lot of semi-trucks. I think they shoot for this time because it is less traffic, and it backs everything up. Like, I got stuck on the express lanes with tons of semi-trucks yesterday, so I was going like 30 on the express lanes.
Ugh.
Not so expressy. Not so expressy.
Need to change the name.
And then on the way home, starts to kick up a little bit, so I would say that takes like an hour 25-y.
Woof. Yeah, that's a commute.
It's fun.
Me and Case go about a 12 minutes north up to Old Wrigley Field area. Nice little commute. But yesterday got a little terrifying. So we get ready to drop him off on his street. And all of a sudden we see 3 cop cars on the side of the road lined up. And then another one comes and almost hits me. Comes straight at me the wrong way on the highway, or on the street, I should say. And
Okay, well-
I have to swerve off. I go, whoa, what's going on here? What's happening?
You put your hands up just saying that. You thought you were guilty.
I thought they finally caught me.
I was waiting for it, too.
Case was like, see, I knew it. I knew it.
Every day Brian wakes up and I think, he can't get away with this any longer. I don't know what he's done, but he can't get away with this.
This fraud. Yeah, out there. But they didn't want me. They ran in and they arrested a woman, pulled her out of the building right while I was dropping Case off to go home at 11 a.m.
In the same building?
No, not same building, across the
They're
street.
dragging her out. You're like, excuse me. This is my door.
Just trying to get my mail.
What
Thank
building was she getting drug out of?
It was a health clinic.
you. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yes.
That's a bummer.
Well,
She needed help.
This is the confusing part. We don't know what she did or what's going on. And she was really taken out quickly. And again, 11 a.m.
Was she drug out? Literally? Like they're dragging her?
She was not going willingly.
Oh, okay. Feet not firmly planted there?
You know it.
Yeah.
Right?
You've been there before.
Oh, I certainly have.
You know, when you beat up all those girls in Florida, once in a while they take you out unwillingly.
Yeah, there as well.
Yeah. It wasn't a hog tie situation. It wasn't that bad.
I don't know how to help dog tie people.
You know, the zip ties. It wasn't that situation. But I don't know, it just makes you ponder things like what could have gone on at 11 a.m. that had four cop cars and one rushing up the wrong way in traffic to get this person right in Case's, nice neighborhood.
I don't know what my neighborhood has to do with anything. That's not nice.
Well, it's not a bad neighborhood.
Isn't it also your neighborhood?
It is. I'm a little bit over. I'm the west side.
Brian lives in a nice neighborhood.
No, I don't. We're the same. So we're like, I am other side of the cemetery, if you want to call it that. So he's on the one side of the cemetery. I'm on the other side.
You're on the other side?
Yeah.
And that's what separates the wealth?
Dead people. Yeah,
Okay.
our guys out there. But yeah, it's just kind of a weird thing. But you always just wonder what's going on in someone else's life, and you see someone get taken out at 11 a.m. of a health clinic. I don't know what happened. I'd like to know.
What's so funny is that I am so like, I don't want to deal with anybody else's crap. I'd be like, sorry, let me just scooch around this. I don't like to be part of anything.
Yeah, really sorry here.
But it's just like, it's 11 a.m. on a Monday. Don't you have something better to do than get arrested? You know?
I mean, I'm sure she did.
Well, Kenzie,
I don't think she was like, I'm going to call the cops.
have you ever been in handcuffs, Kenzie, in a police situation?
Yes.
Oh.
Was it later in the... Like,
In
was it,
8th grade.
What'd you do?
Bummer. Okay, this is such bullcrap.
Okay, first say yes. Of course you're innocent. We know that.
I wasn't, but still, it was unnecessary.
Yep.
So this is genuine truth. It was absolute peer pressure. I did not have a lot of friends growing up. I had one friend, and this is the friend who got struck by lightning and passed away. So then I had no friends.
Good Lord.
Don't say anything mean about her, Brian, because I was about to.
I have 7 things I want to say.
I know.
So I had one friend, and then that didn't go great. But she was a little bit, like ill-behaved, if you will. And she was a big, like, oh, let me just take this from stores, little sticky pod.
It's called shoplifting.
Yes. And, no, I mean, it's not like we went car shopping or anything.
Sure.
But, it was just little things here and there.
Yeah.
And she used to stuff her bag. She would walk out of there and I'm like, your purse looks like Santa Claus. I don't think this is going to go well. And she'd be like, aren't you going to take something? Aren't you going to take something? And I always felt really bad about it, but I was also like, no, I have one friend. So I was like, this is like a tough call.
I completely understand where you're at here.
Like,
I
was
get
tricky.
it.
So I took a 99-cent lip gloss, I swear to God, and I bought an expensive bag of candy because I felt so guilty. So I still spent money in the store. And they stopped us on the way out.
Oh, boy.
It's in Minnesota, and they made us go to the back and empty out our bags. And, of course, hers took a while. And then I was just like, I go, can I just give you the $1, like, for this? Like, I bought something else. And they were like, no. And they called the cops, and we got arrested.
Wow.
So I got arrested for a 99-cent lip gloss, even though I made a purchase for, like, $15 at the store.
The store should have said, hey, it's girl math. We made $14 on this deal. We lost one lip gloss.
Could you just cut me a little bit? Can't you read the situation? We're in 8th grade. She took everything.
Yeah.
I felt uncomfortable. I still tried to buy something. No mercy.
So what happened then? They just let you go, or you actually go to the police station?
Yeah, so they put us like in handcuffs and stuff like that. And then we were minors, so we have to like contact our parents.
Yeah.
And that's fun. It's fun to call your parents and tell them that, like, hey, I'm going to need you to pick me up.
Was it a security guard with cuffs, or was it a police officer with cuffs?
No, they called the cops. They didn't have security. It was a little drugstore.
Yeah.
Kenzie, this goes into my long-running theory that if you're stopped for petty theft and you have the money to pay for it, they should let you go. You should just be able to pay for it and nothing should happen.
Well, they should add a little bit on. They should say, like, okay, I'll get
They should have a
fine
petty
with
theft
that.
tax. They should have a stealing tax.
Yeah, then like you bought this lip gloss for $1.
Especially
Give
for,
us $2.
Yes,
you go.
absolutely. You should double the price. But if you have the cash to pay for it, they should let you go.
Yeah, give us $2.
Especially in my scenario, because it was very obvious kind of what was going on where I was uncomfortable with this.
Yeah.
And like, it would have been nice for a little bit of slack to have been cut.
Yeah,
but
they act like it's your third strike. This is the first time you've been caught with lip gloss. Everybody relax.
And so, like, I have to get picked up, and, my parents beat the crap out of me. And then I had to,
Then the cops came again.
that didn't go great. No, they didn't care that time.
Oh, damn.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. And
Kaboom!
This one's terrifying. Kenzie,
Oh, God. Why are you smiling, you psychopath?
because it's
This is terrifying.
Terror makes me happy, but this terrifies me personally because a Chicago woman owes $88,000 back to the city of Chicago. $88,000 she owes the city of Chicago, and it could be you as well. You could be in exactly this situation. And we'll tell you what it is in 5 minutes coming up here. It is disturbing and terrifying.
Wait,
She owes $88,000 to the city.
did she buy something? Did she buy a house?
No, she did nothing. As far as I see, she did nothing wrong. But all of us could be easily in this situation to owe this money to the city.
Oh my God, was it from a speeding camera? Was she going really fast?
It was not from a speeding camera.
Because I think you've paid $88,000 to the city.
I've
on
paid
speeding cameras.
I've paid $770.
Harper can't go to college because of your speed addiction.
It's tragic. It's tragic.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, it's time for a fact that makes your brain go. This one having a terrifying local angle. A woman in Chicago has been said that she owes $88,000 back to the city. They're trying to force this woman to pay it back. This is the Social Security Administration. So here's what's going on. They're trying to reclaim the Social Security Administration billions of dollars from people that they're saying mistakenly, gave too much money to. Now, this poor woman is sitting here as Diane O'Brien. She was allowed to retire from her job after her husband died. And then she started getting his Social Security benefits. So
It's called sacrifice fly right there.
I mean, that's part of marriage, right? We're all together in this, right? All the money's put together, so why shouldn't I get her Social Security benefits or his?
Yeah.
So 2 years down the line, she starts getting these checks. She didn't ask for them. They just started coming when her husband died. Then they stopped. She quit her job as a school desk clerk because she could afford to, actually, for once in her life. She had a traumatic stuff happen to her. And then all of a sudden the check stopped. And now they said, not only they stopped writing him, the Social Security Administration, but they demanded she repay $88,000 in money they overpaid her, trying to get money back because, well, Social Security needs money to keep things going. And that's what they're saying anyway. If they try to take it from people like her, this poor woman in Chicago.
What were the size of the monthly checks, did it say?
Well, I don't know if you divide it up at 2 years, so maybe $44,000, roughly, so $44,000 a year she was getting.
A year, okay, so a handful of thousand a month there.
Got a little math there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Looking at, I mean, that's not that much because, hold on.
Like $2,000 a month, right? Something like that?
No, because that would be 12 times 2. That would be 24. So
2
more than
times
that.
24. Okay, so 4.
Okay, hold on. 4,000 times 12.
Yep, what do you got?
It would be a little less than 4,000 a month.
Okay,
Was what she was getting.
right. I'm not even sure when you get that money too, by the way. Is it untaxed, your Social Security checks? Do they take tax on it again? I don't.
I feel like Social Security money is untaxed. I feel like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's like some sneaky like you're gonna die tax or
yeah.
something, some bull crap. They tax you for everything. So I don't think it has normal tax. There's probably something else.
Yeah. Now, here's the part before you have a comment that terrified me that said she received a letter stating that she's not entitled to that money because she's collecting a pension. Now, we have a pension coming because we're in a union here at Q101. It's called After a SAG. It's the Screen Actors Guild. It's what we're in. And so I've been always under this assumption that someday when I want to retire, I get that pension and the Social Security money because I paid into both.
I think you are supposed to. I don't think that that's accurate. Maybe it depends what kind of pension. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make, unless, the only thing I can say is maybe if she didn't have to pay into Social Security, if she didn't have to pay into it so she doesn't get the money, I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought everybody
But it doesn't make any sense. The whole point is that Social Security is taking your money because they're supposed to give it back to you. It's a pay it forward program.
Yeah.
You're helping them. The younger generation helps you. That's the concept. There's no reason we should be putting any money into it if we're not going to get it back. That's not a bill that we're due to pay.
Yeah.
So she needs to be, I don't give a crap if she's a pension or not. If she paid into Social Security, she gets that money back. That's it. That's it.
That's the deal we've made as residents of the United States and the government, right? I thought so. I have no idea. Like a couple weeks ago, you asked me, like, do you have any idea on retirement? And now that I have a child that's about to turn 1 in a couple days, I'm not going to be retiring. I can't. I got to have money coming in until I'm in the ground somehow. But I was always thinking, well, at least I'll somehow have this pension and Social Security coming to me down the road. And this poor woman did the same thing. And now they want $88,000 back when she was just living paycheck to paycheck with that money, with about $44,000 a year. You're living paycheck to paycheck in Chicago. You can't even live on that. Well, paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? You got to have some other side hustle. And she doesn't. She's an older woman. So this is a terrifying story that I don't know if anybody's been in a situation like this where the government tried to come back and get money.
Because it kind of happened to my mother-in-law on a much smaller scale. She receives, like my husband's father's passed away. So Roman's father's passed away. And he was a veteran and then paid into Social Security. So she receives, the checks for that.
Thank you for your service.
Twice now. They've been like, sorry, we overpaid you. And they dock the rest of her checks. But she has nothing. Like, she has no information on how much and how long it's supposed to be done. Like, they make it so difficult to get that information. They haven't even said what time they overpaid. Like, they'll be like, oh, last year we overpaid you. Now each one of your checks is going to be, $300 less than you're used to.
These are Social Security checks.
These are Social Security checks. And it's super confusing because it's like, well, you haven't sent me, like, paperwork on the exact number and breakdown. And now you're just docking it. But, like, what if you're docking it? You made that mistake before. What if you dock it forever and you're only supposed to do it for 3 months? they make it so impossible, especially for people who are just supposed to be retired and like chilling, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah, there's people checking in that are teachers, and they say they pay into Social Security, but they will not see that benefit because it's a government office, I guess. And so the pension.
No. So Amanda texted in. She goes, teachers can't get Social Security because they get pension. And she goes, I said, do you pay into Social Security? And she wrote, nope.
Oh, somebody else, a teacher, said they do pay into Social Security, and they're a teacher, and they get that pension. That's wild.
You just shouldn't be paying into Social Security.
We should all stop paying
I
it?
guess if you're not going to receive it, you shouldn't pay into it.
Why don't we all just stop paying it?
Well, I mean, that's all the old people are going to have to work.
I know Case is on board with that, right? Am I right, Case?
Absolutely. God, so expensive.
It is. It sucks when you get your first paycheck and you see all that taken out. Now, you are, of course, paying for the people that are older than you, like Kenzie said, to live that life that they were promised when they were paying in, and then you're paying for them, and eventually someone pays for you.
Well, that's the thing. I honestly, like, whatever. If Social Security goes away, like, there's always been that rumor that Social Security is going to go away. But there better be a settlement payment because you're giving me my money back.
They've always said, I'll tell you, they've said it even when I was a kid, way back then. They said, like, oh, it's going to be gone by the time.
I wasn't a fan of the Capitol riots, but if you cancel Social Security don't send me a check.
That's not what they were writing about.
I'm gonna have a couple knocks on the door. Excuse me, I'm here to collect my check.
You'll do it a lot nicer, though.
I'm just here to pick up my check. Who is my check?
Yeah, you'll have cookies. Probably.
No, I will not have cookies. I'll have a sassy attitude.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. These old people need to work.
You don't. Oh,
Give me a
stop
break.
it.
I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry.
That's enough, Case.
A-hole.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
I just don't understand that I'm getting scared that I've been paying this pension and I'm not going to get Social Security too. I've been banking on both that
I
at
don't
some
think you're
point.
going to get either. That's the beautiful thing. You're going to have the most unluckiest death possible.
I already have an unlucky life. It's already, except for my beautiful wife and child.
And your job.
And my job and you guys as friends.
You have an unlucky life. You make more than me. Can you believe that?
Stop saying that. You don't know what I make. You don't know anything
know
about
what you
anything.
make.
You don't know anything about
We have
anything.
the same agent, he told me.
Well, that's unfortunate.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're talking about the poor woman from Chicago that the Social Security Administration wants $88,000 back to her because she started receiving checks and she retired from her school desk clerk job on the money after her husband died and got those benefits. She didn't ask for them. They started sending checks. And then all of a sudden, now 2 years later, they say, hey, we need that $88,000 back. Can you imagine? And they stopped sending the checks too, which is ridiculous. Hey, if you're bad, my money. That's what I'm saying. People are chiming in on the text line saying they don't want you double dipping. Well, if you paid in both, I need both. I need my pension and I need that Social Security.
Well, the thing is, you can't double dip, but a lot of teachers are saying, right, but I don't pay into Social Security. So as long as you don't pay into it, no problem. But the whole point of Social Security is that you give your money now, and it's almost on a layaway program where you get it back so you can retire, right?
Yeah.
So no, I don't want to fund everyone else's retirement and then not be able to retire.
Yeah, it's a deal we made.
Sorry.
Why it says
And
so.
then someone texted in, sorry, Brian,
No,
but
go
someone texted in and said, Social Security may end because they run out of money, not because somebody wants to make it go away. I'm aware of that. But it's a government program. So if they buy like one less tank and then pay everybody out, you have to pay people out and then cancel the program.
You know what they could do? They could give me a tank.
You want a tank
Oh,
instead?
hell yeah.
This is why your family has the struggles that they have, because you make decisions like you're like, no, don't give me the money, give me a tank.
Do you think I could sell to Megan? Listen, we get this money or we get a tank. I need the tank.
Where are you gonna put it? You live in Wrigleyville. Where are you putting a tank?
I'll park it right where they put the little tree out there in front of Wrigley Field. I'll do that.
Where they put the tree out there?
Yeah, there's a little space there. I can park the tank and go
in
get
Gallagher Way, you want to park your tank in front of Wrigley Field?
it. Yeah, just put it right there. It'll be fine. At least I know where it is, and I'll come back and get it.
At least you know where it is. You're always gonna know where it is. It's that hard to find.
It's not hard to find my tank. Then people call you, that's the tank guy in the neighborhood.
Do you think a tank can get towed, or is it too heavy? Is it heavier than the towing machine?
You got to have Chicago tags on the tank.
Yeah. Our towing people out there can probably
Imagine it's
attest.
2 parking spots. It's like $800 a month in Chicago.
All right, I'll take the money instead. And you'll take free tickets coming up at 8 o'clock. Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid at Wrigley Field. We have a song scramble coming up at 8. You figure it out, and you get those tickets before you can buy them from Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101 sports coming up here in about 10 minutes at 7 o'clock. The Cubs make the biggest move in Chicago sports history. We'll talk about it coming up. First, it's Gil Curtis with your headlines, or at least what he thinks are headlines.
This is not headline news. NBC will air a Christmas special with Barry Manilow. Not to be outdone, CBS will air a Christmas special with Mozart's Ashes. Britney Spears' memoir is a bestseller. Now we can add author to her resume that already includes singer, actress, nude model, knife dancer, and insane person. Elon Musk says AI will eliminate all jobs. But he also said XC9D7 hashtag is a good baby name. So what does he know? And Jelly Roll did another surprise show outside a Walmart in Nashville on Saturday. To get in, you had to donate a toy. But since it was at Walmart, many attendees thought they were going to get an actual Jelly Roll. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.